Good afternoon. This is part 3 of the Kubernetes video. I still haven't got any further with it, but just to talk through some of the stuff I've been doing today to make things work better. One of the first things I should point out is when you install out of the box minikube on Ubuntu, you will notice a lot of timeouts of kubectl when you run commands, and after looking further into the problem, what it's turned out to be is when it starts minikube, you can define the memory. So if you are going to do this after it's already been installed, you're going to need to delete minikube and the folder and start again. And for the very first time that you start it, it needs to have that defined. That then stops kubectl from doing all the timeouts. You can make it more if you've got lots more resources. There's a launch minikube script, which basically, if you've already had it all installed and you just want to run it on a fresh startup of your own machine, it does the same thing here. So there's a few sets of scripts I've added. Refresh minikube. So install minikube is if you've got a brand new machine and you've never done it before. Refresh minikube deletes it, wipes it, and starts all over again and reinitializes all the applications. And launch minikube is if everything is working and you've rebooted your physical machine and you want to just launch everything again. And they're called different scripts. Install app, refresh app, and I don't think this one gets used. That was the first thing. Now I wanted to show you some other stuff. So I've had to restart one of the instances because what was happening is when I did and then when I did for example, and I know at the moment we're getting this problem, and this problem relates to, I've been tracing it. It's within my own code where I've done that. Console client to localhost, which was in the old code and worked fine. On the new running for the VM, it's not working, which is my way of finding out what was up and down. Anyhow, so I think I had problems with it, and it wasn't loading up properly. So after I restarted, to restart it, what you need to do is you need to minikube SSH. So if we come out of it, minikube SSH, and then if you do docker ps grep, and that was front, and we get, well, this is what we're interested in. So if we on our physical machine, this is inside the minikube machine. I'll do, and if we look at front, restarts 0. If we do after kill, takes a while. You can see there it's starting up because we've got new logs, and there's our restart. So by killing the process. It's restarted it. The other thing I was going to point out is sometimes maybe this has caused it. And there we go, we've hit the problem. So stocks is no longer working because we've updated the image, and the pull forwarding that was set up is causing a problem. So we also need to remove the pull forwarding that's been set up. So killed that. And then just start it up again. Bizarre. I know. We like bizarre. And now it works. So there you go. This is stuff I've learned today, and stuff that was making me restart minikube, which takes ages and ages, and I've got around it. Now to focus on the actual problem, which is this thing here, which is we're not getting through. If we do, so these are our services, and if we are still connected to minikube SSH, if we do curl so this is doing what we see here. So it's connecting to the front, which is the gateway application, and it tells us out of stock. So what the gateway does is so it simply connects onto stock controller client, another list. So at this point, it's left our code and it's gone into the micronauts client method to call the client. Now, I know yesterday, the video yesterday didn't have MongoDB running, so things wasn't getting set up. So Mongo's been added now and it's all working, as we can see here. If we connect, so if we now look at the stock application, which is here, this is the IP for it, and that port is 8083. It does take a while, which isn't good. And might be the reason behind. Well, no, the reason why it's taking a while might be because it's trying to connect to billing, I think. But we'll see. But stock is working, and here's the other interesting part: is use the fallback, which means stock wasn't able to connect to billing to get the fallback rates. So to get the markup, so it's got the fallback, which is its own fallback, and it's marked up prices. So, you know, I'm not really sure what the problem is, because I know console is all port forwarded and it's all working, and, you know, things are there. So something is going wobbly between in the code internally. It's certainly not complaining about, so if we do logs, there's no problems with the front end application at the moment as we get stocks. And even if we go into simple beer, there isn't any problems. You can see get bill. It's when we hit buy a beer, which goes through to that console client code, that we get some errors, and that's where it's hit that ECWID console, which is in the code in the gateway controller. So we know it's working and it's trying to do the thing, but I don't know. Maybe I've got to update the micronaut version because it's on RC1 at the moment. I don't know, but that's what the problem is. So yeah, the problem continues, I guess. Thank you very much. Bye bye.